Hello and welcome to this English episode of Diary of a Common Man. My name is Salim Lalani, and this morning there is a technical issue due to which the link uh, is being um, uh, misplaced, and due to which not many people are getting access to this live broadcast. So I apologize for that, and whoever is listening, this is for them. Now, this morning's topic is inside the mind of an Ismaili. Now, what kind of a mind is it? What kind of a mindset is it? We are going to talk about that today. But why are we talking about Ismaili mindset? Because it is an amazing piece of creation. Amazing piece of creation. On one hand, it is educated, it has gone to the university, and on the other hand, it is primitive. They live in the Stone Age, and that is pretty much unheard of. So, how does this paradox work? How did they become what they have become? How did this mind evolve? We will have a look at that. We have spoken about this many times that our minds, human mind, can be controlled. It can be controlled by other people. It is an art. And this art, some people have perfected over millennia. They know exactly what to do to control people, just like a child plays with a remote controlled car. They know how to control human beings. They know what motivates human beings. And they even know the switches, the buttons in the mind, which button to press to make somebody to do a certain thing, and which button to press if they want them to do something else. And it is unbelievable, isn't it? We thought that we are individuals. We are intelligent. We are independent of others. The way we think, we have our own thoughts. No, we don't. No, we don't. We are very much gullible. We are very much vulnerable. And the story of Aga Khanism is one of those stories where, for the personal benefit of a few, the murid's mind is captured. Murid's mind is captured. And it is made to think the way they want them to think. Now, you know how I was talking about how can somebody else control my thoughts, the way I behave, the way I do things? One of the best examples is Adolf Hitler. In World War II, he managed to convince the whole country. He managed to convince the German people that we must go to war. And if we don't, then people will attack us and they'll finish us. They became convinced that German people were superior. That is the power of mind control that Adolf Hitler had. And we all know the consequences. In the Jamaat Khana, so what Adolf Hitler did was to use fear. Fear that, look, if you don't kill your enemy will come and kill you. Now, you don't want to be killed, do you? So, you will attack. Fear is the motivator. So, now, what do Jamaat Khana do? What do Aga Khan system do? They also create fear via ginans, via the religious discourses, and via manufactured stories. And you can see the and what Sultan Muhammad Shah did was amazing in the sense that he created the fear of excommunication. And that fear still persists. He did it in the 20th century. In the 21st century, educated people, I know them personally. I was actually one of them myself, have been captured. They still cannot break the shackles of that bondage called excommunication. What effect is it if I open up, if I speak the truth? My family will not survive. My business will not survive. My social circle will not survive. And as a result, I may not survive. That fear is still there. In an independent society, in the mind of an educated person, in 21st century, in 21st in 21st century, in the age of information, this fear is still there. Isn't that amazing? So there was when I talk about Aga Khan, I always sometimes think of another personality like Aga Khan who happened in this century and the last, Satya Sai Baba. Not the Sai Baba, the old one. I'm talking about the guy with the orange garb, with a big head of hair. Uh, that guy there. So he did very similar things to Aga Khan. Very similar things to Aga Khan, in the sense that he completely fooled his his murids, his followers, and he milked them so much he became a multi-billionaire. And with that wealth, he controlled the governments, he controlled the media, he controlled the world. Isn't that amazing? And Aga Khan is doing the same. And and Satya Sai Baba got away with it even today in his death. He has many followers around the world. Aga Khan is alive and he manages to um, to fool people. But I honestly think that his days are numbered, not only literally, but the days of the system are numbered because people are beginning to realize, people are beginning to stop giving the money, and if the money is stopped, then the system will collapse because it is only based on money. It is based on material wealth that the system basically operates. That is the reason. And if the money supply is disconnected, then the system will collapse. And I see that happening in the next decade or so. But the process has already begun in the last 2 years when people have listened to me and they have either stopped giving money or they are now not giving as much as they used to. Just like Sai Baba. Sai Baba, by the way, did a lot of good work. He established hospitals and charitable institutions, unlike Aga Khan. Aga Khan has established a humanitarian network, but it is only for name. It is a for profit organization, Aga Khan Development Network. Its own website, AKDN website, admits that it is a for profit organization. Okay. Now, that is a little bit of a background as to where did this mindset come from and who created this mindset. Now, let's get into Jamaat Khana and look at the different types of followers, the Muris. Now, isn't this strange? Isn't this strange that there should be different types of murids? Now, if you go to a mosque, there's only one type of a person. Person has come there to basically pray. Simple as that. Otherwise, why would he go all the way to the mosque? Why would a person go all the way to the church to do anything else but to pray? But in Jamaat Khana, there are different motivations, and going to prayers is hardly the reason for visiting a Jamaat Khana. But there are few people who do go to Jamaat Khana only for prayers. They do believe in Aga Khan. They do not have a doubt anywhere in their heart. But these people are far and few. If I was to put a number to it, it would be absolutely a stab in the dark. But I would say maximum 5%. 95% of people have other motivations apart from uh, going to Jamaat Khana for prayers. And we'll look at them. But we'll start with this person who goes there for prayer. What is in his mind? Let's get inside his mind. My Mola, that is Aga Khan, is God. He is infallible. Either he is God or he has been sent by God. Even these people who are called Bhagats, there's a name for it, Bhagat. They are divided in two parts, the genuine Bhagat and the fake Bhagat. So at the moment, we are talking about the genuine Bhagat. He believes in his heart, in the deepest corner of his heart. He believes that my Mola is either God or he has been sent by God to basically redeem me. Basically, take me to heaven when I die and to guide me in this world when whilst I'm alive. That is a genuine murid. That is a mindset of a genuine murid. He will go there, he will pray, get out of the Jamaat Khana, go home, next day come back, same thing all through his life. And he will take birth like that and he will die like that. Cradle to grave. He will behave like that, he will think like that, and nothing will come in between him and his Imam, Aga Khan. That is the mindset of a murid. Then we come to another type of bhagat, which is a fake bhagat. Fake bhagat are more in number than the genuine bhagat. The fake bhagat will make you believe that they are very religious. They are knowledgeable in religious matters, and they will basically give you lectures. They will go out of their way to display their religiosity, display their commitment to the religion, display how good they are. And let me tell you, those people who actually make an effort in displaying virtue are anything but. So these people in their minds. They have this thought, and they are like a blind person who cannot see themselves and cannot see the world either. They are blinded by a fantasy land in which they live, in which there is a mola, in which there is them, and there are people who think who they think are idiots. That is another kind of a bhagat. And these are the people who spread the fake lore. They create stories. They create stories about their mola to impress upon other people as to how their mola is everything for them and for the whole world. And I may have told you a few stories in the past, but let me tell you a couple of them today. Now, the one that is very, very famous, particularly in Pakistan, is the background is 1971 war with India about Bangladesh, about West Pakistan. And in Karachi, Indian planes were bombing the city, and people are in fear, and there's a blackout so that the planes couldn't see where the city is. Karachi is completely blacked out, and people are huddled in their little homes. And then one person says that he saw in the Karimabad colony is made of few buildings where Ismailis live. And the person claims that he saw a white horse in the dark night. And on the white horse is somebody wearing white clothes. And the person on the horse is basically wielding a sword. And the sword looks like the sword of Maula Ali. The name of the sword is Zulfikar. And the sword, the person, and the horse, they're all shining bright in the pitch dark night. But the special thing about this horse, it is galloping. It is galloping, but that is not special. Horses always gallop. But this horse is galloping over buildings, over the roofs of the building, from one roof of the building to another roof of the building. These are like 5-story buildings, 10-story buildings. So the horse is galloping over one building from one building to another, basically telling everybody that look, I am the protector of Ismailis and I am Mola Ali. Mola Ali is Aga Khan. That is one story I've heard about. I'm sure you know more stories than I do. Um, but I actually there's another one that Sultan Muhammad Shah visits a Jamaat Khana for a didar in India, and you might know this that before Mola arrives, before Aga Khan arrives in the Jamaat Khana, the missionary stands up to basically prepare the Jamaat. Now, this preparing, by the way, is hypnosis. They take the Jamaat into a stance. And when the Mola comes, they make the Mola look like a divine figure. It can be done. It can be done. Games can be played with your mind. So missionary stands up to basically prepare the Jamaat for that spiritual experience. Now Mola was going to come and missionary stood up and he started delivering a voice. And the topic of the voice was the event of Miraj. Now, those of you who don't know the event of Miraj, Miraj is an experience by the Prophet of Islam whereby he was taken to heaven to meet God. So it's a meeting between God and the Prophet of Islam. Now, the story goes that on the way to the heaven, the Prophet meets a lion and he gives a ring to the lion. Now, lion is supposed to symbol. A lion is a symbol of Mola Ali. Anyway, Prophet gives the ring to the lion, and then he proceeds to the heaven. And when he gets to the seventh heaven, he meets God. But there is a curtain between the God and the Prophet of Islam. And then from the curtain comes a hand of God, hand of God, and in that hand is that ring, the ring that he gave to the lion that is supposed to be Mola Ali, and Mola Ali is supposed to be Aga Khan. So God is Aga Khan, according to the missionary. Now, all of a sudden, when he is describing that the hand came out and the hand looked like the hand of Mola Ali, because Prophet knew Mola Ali very well and he knew Mola Ali's hand, and Prophet said, "This is Mola Ali's hand." God, the hand of God is Mola Ali's hand. Anyway, at that point, this siren rung up, indicating that the Imam had arrived in the compound of the Jamaat Khana. And and everybody started running around and making sure, sorry, not running around, but running around downstairs in the compound to organize things. But in the Jamaat Khana, thousands upon thousands of people are sitting, and the missionary was about to give the wise, and he basically discontinues his wise, and he sat down and he got everybody to say the salawat, Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad, and everybody is in the stands and everybody is under the spell of hypnosis. And then the Mullah arrives and Mullah takes his seat. And the first question Mullah asks Sultan Muhammad Shah, who was giving a wise? And the missionary came forward, bowing down to Mullah and folding his hands. And Mullah, it was me. What was the topic of your wise? And the missionary very humbly said, Mullah, it was Miraj. Till what point did you get to the story of Miraj? And the missionary again humbly said that God's hand came out of the curtain and the Prophet of Islam identified it as the hand of Mullah Ali. Sultan Muhammad Shah raised his hand and he said, look at this hand. This is the hand of Mullah Ali. This is the hand that the Prophet saw on the night of Miraj. That is another story for you. Yet another story. I'll give, okay, this is the last one, I promise, and then we'll move on. In India, once again, the Imam, this time the Imam is Karim Shah, the current Imam. And the Imam basically, so there is this event organized. And in this event is a lady in the Jamaat. And the lady has a newborn baby with her. And she has come there with a hope that the Imam will name the new baby. It was a female baby. But whilst she was sitting there in the Jamaat, waiting for the Imam to come, she had a doubt in her mind that, how Mola sometimes gives very old names to the babies. And this is a modern age. I want a modern name for my baby. That thought had crossed her mind. But she was still there and she was still going to ask the Mola, Aga Khan, for the name. Anyway, she got her turn and she got to go to in the presence of the Mola, in the huzur of the Mola. And Aga Khan put her hand on the child and said, I name your like the lady thought he will give a name like Sakina or something like that, something very old. But Aga Khan said, I name your child Zara. And then what he said shook the lady completely. He said, do you like it? Indicating that Mola knows everything that is going on in your mind. It is the same Mola, ladies and gentlemen, who doesn't know about himself. His vulnerability, his future. A person robbed him of $75 million. He didn't know that. He didn't know my two wives are going to divorce me. He knows nothing. But he knew then that this lady sitting in the crowd is thinking about a modern name for her child. That's the last story. Anyway, I promised you we will move on. Now, if you know a fake Bhagat yourself in the Jamaat Khana, please, please, please contact us. You can come on this channel and tell your story if you have one. So that is one category, actually two categories. There was a genuine Bhagat and then there was a fake Bhagat. Now we come to the next category. And the next category is a politician. So what is going on in the mind of the politician? I am important. I have a title. I have prestige. So I can look upon all these people as my subjects. I am the king in the Jamaat Khana. And to become the king, many people try. And the game of politics begins. So in the Jamaat Khana, it is very common to see political maneuvers. Who do I, sorry, there was a disconnection there. Who do I butter? Who do I try to whose books do I try to get into the good books of somebody? You will see politics and you will see backstabbing. You will see backstabbing all the time in all Jamaat Khanas around the world. You will see them. Less prayers and more backstabbing. On a political basis, on a social basis as well. People you think are your friends, think again. They are not your friends. That is the way the Ismaili is programmed. If you think these are your friends, forget it. And the person speaking to you right now talks from experience. When I was a murid, everybody was my friend. But when I challenged the system, nobody is my friend. No one, not even my children. No one. You cannot speak the truth. You cannot speak the truth. The Jamaat Khana, the irony of these religious places that it is allergic to truth. It cannot be tolerated. They will stab you in the back. Anyway, so the politician wants to be the king, and many people try, but only a few succeed. And the special thing about this politician, which I'll tell you today, you will hardly find anywhere else in the world. He is capable of not only fooling the people, but he is capable of fooling himself. Whatever politics he plays for prestige, and nowadays money as well, whatever politics he plays for power, for prestige, for money, he will give it the name of human service. Service to the Jamaat, service to the community, service to the Imam. He will give it that name. That is inside the mind of a politician, an Ismaili politician. And we saw a couple of them last week. And we've seen Karim Sumar, we've seen Ashak Nathwani, we've seen Keshevji. Shameless people. And these are not the only ones. These ones you know because I put their pictures on the internet. But every Jamaat Khana, every Jamaat Khana, you will see these people, shameless people, who have convinced themselves that they are good people, but they only do it for their own prestige. That is a politician. That is inside the mind of a politician, Ismaili. And these politicians are created by who? Yes, Aga Khan III, Sultan Muhammad Shah. Because he was a politician himself, a dirty politician. He convinced the Indian freedom fighters that he is an Indian. On the other hand, he convinced the British that he is a British. He convinced the Muslims that he is a Muslim, and he convinced the British that he is not. A dirty politician. And no wonder his spiritual children, spiritual, are dirty politicians as well. Nowadays, let's move on to the next category. Nowadays, a brand new category has evolved in the Jamaat Khana. I call them networkers. Networker. Who is a networker? If you have a business, you go and do networking, don't you? To get more business for yourself, correct? Jamaat Khana is a place where you network. This phenomena is happening particularly in the Western world. It may be happening in India and other parts of the world, I don't know. But I do know for sure that in the Western world, in particular America, this is happening. You go to Jamaat Khana to network, to create more business for yourself. That is the fourth category. And the fifth and the last, is the socializer, my favorite category. Socializer, a club goer. Yes, Ismailis are the only people in the world who go to a place of worship for the purpose of socializing, and socializing only, only socializing. These people make up 75% to 80% of the people who go to Jamaat Khana, socializers. There are bhagats, genuine bhagats. I know them myself. I know genuine bhagats in Sydney myself, but I can count them on my fingertips. I have 5 fingers and maybe two will be spared. Two or three people I know. But the majority, which is more than 1,000 people, are socializers. And they admit it. They have no shame in admitting that they go to Jamaat Khana for socializing. And what they do, and what they do is they display that for everybody to see. They don't hide it. Which place of worship you go to play, you go to which place of worship do you go to display your body? Which place of worship do you go to to worship the divine? Which place of worship do you go to display your clothes, your wealth? Ismailis do. Yes, they do. And they think. And what is inside their mind? By wearing good clothes, we are displaying that we are modern. The idea of modernity is completely screwed by Ismailis. Going to a place of worship to show your wealth and your body and your clothing and your fashion, is that modernity? It is mental sickness. Each place in our life, we have to wear appropriately. If you go to a swimming pool, you don't wear a three-piece suit. You wear a swimming costume. But if you go to a wedding, you do not wear a swimming costume. Every place has a dress code. And the place of worship, to a normal mind, is not the place where you show the skin. That level of mental sickness exists in the Jamaat Khana. So, this socializer, if you are a lady, if you are a lady, you before going to Jamaat Khana, you will think about a couple of things. Number one, what is the occasion? Because depending on the occasion, I will pick the wardrobe. So, what do I mean by that? Those people who are not Ismailis, they wouldn't know what I'm talking about. So, the way it works is that Jamaat Khana is some most of the time it is a normal Jamaat Khana where you go to pray and you come back, and there's no fun in it because it's normal prayers and people just there are not many people. But when you go on a weekend or when you go on a Chandrat meeting or when you go on a festival day, Or when you go on a special meeting day, then there are lots of people there. And because there are lots of people, that is the time to display your wealth, your beauty, and your fashion. So the lady will first work out as to what is the day. Okay, this is a day. Um, this is a day. So they will basically, if it is a festival, for example, Aga Khan's birthday, then there will be a lot of dazzle, uh, and then if it is a normal day, they'll wear something less revealing. Okay, now the thing is, we have, so the lady will go there. The mindset is that I will go there to display my beauty and my fashion. If it is a man, what is he going to display? His wealth, his intelligence, and he will basically do everything to show everybody that I have done well in the material sense. I have 20 gas stations and you don't. And to display that, he will bring expensive cars to the Jamaat Khana. In fact, I now remember a person who is now deceased. That gentleman in Sydney Jamaat Khana, he used to drive an expensive car, and I have seen it myself that he would drive the car around the Jamaat Khana, circle around the Jamaat Khana when people are walking to the Jamaat Khana, just to show everybody that I am driving this car. He is now in the grave, and I'm positively sure his car is somewhere here. He is in the grave. That is the mindset. For this purpose, I will go to the Jamaat Khana to show my wealth, to show my intelligence. How well have I done in the share market? How many houses I have? Have you ever seen my house? Did you notice my car that is parked in the parking lot? If you haven't, you should. This is a sign of mental sickness. It is not a bad thing. It is not a bad thing. It is not a bad thing to display your wealth. But it is a bad thing. It is a paradox. It defeats the purpose of going to pray. Pray to the divine. What has got divine to do with your car? So, divine is not in your mind. In your mind is people and how to impress those people. That is what is in your mind. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the five categories of smileys and what is going on in their mind, depending on which category they belong to. But all of them share, all the categories share a few things that I'm going to share with you now. First of all, they all think that their imam is infallible. Nothing can touch their imam. Full stop. Nothing can touch their imam. But in other words, the imam can do no wrong. But they will shut their eyes to the fact that imam was caught committing adultery twice and punished, got divorced. But Ismailis will shut their eyes, and these are educated Ismailis, by the way. Don't forget that. I don't want you to forget this. These are PhDs. These are PhDs who will close their eyes when somebody tries to tell them, look at this newspaper. Your Imam was caught twice committing adultery, spiritual father committing adultery. So, Imam is infallible, number one. Number two, Ismailis are superior. Just like Hitler thought that Germans are superior, Ismailis think they are superior. They are way more educated than everybody else out there. They have got no idea. They live in a fantasy land. They think only they succeeded because of their Imam. Can somebody tell me which Imam was there to guide the Jews? Today, Jews are controlling the whole world. A small community. Which Imam is there? You tell me. They believe in Moses as a prophet. He died 3,000 years ago. South Indians are highly educated. Which Imam is there? Aga Khan. Which Aga Khan is there? Japanese. Intelligent people. Progressive people. I was there in Tokyo only about a month ago. I saw it. I saw the reason for their success. It is humility and it is use of intelligence. But Ismaili will think that there is nobody like us. In particularly, they have this prejudice against other Muslims. We are superior than these mullahs. You know, we wear ties and suits. At least the mullahs are following their culture and their tradition. You are following British tradition. So did your Imam. And I'm not saying anything good or bad about a mullah. What I am saying that what makes you superior to a mullah? He is a Muslim. He says, I am a Muslim. You say you are a Muslim and you do everything opposite of Muslim. You do everything opposite of Islam. And you call yourself a Muslim. You say you are a Hakikati Momin. Do you even understand what is Hakikati? Many people come and tell me, we practice esoteric Islam. I challenge one person to come here and talk to me about esotericism in Islam, in Ismailism. One person come here and talk to my audience. What esotericism do you practice? They will not come. Hakikati Momin. Do you know the meaning of Hakikati? In Sufi Islam, there is a few categories. Sharia, by the way, is the lowest of the low, and Marifa is the highest of the high. And just before Marifa is Hakika. Hakika is the attainment of knowledge. Hakikat, reality. The reality of this life. What is this life? What is Allah? Who am I? The person who has discovered that is a Hakikati moment. And Ismailis call themselves Hakikati moment, and they call other Muslims Shariati Muslims. And Muslims are at least honest that we are on the level of Sharia. Yeah, Sharia is a kindergarten. We are happy with the kindergarten, and they are being honest about it. But Ismailis are not even deserving of Sharia because they do not practice the Sharia. Forget about Hakika. In Hakika is a very high level of spiritualism. Hakika is a very, very high level of spiritualism, and we will hopefully talk about that Sharia and Hakika and Tarika and Marifa some other time. But this is what every Ismaili thinks. I am esoteric. They don't even understand the meaning of esoteric. And if they do, come and talk to me. I would like to learn from you. But your esotericism is limited only inside the four walls of the Jamaat Khana. It is not for people to know. And the truth and the divine is not restricted to four walls. The divine is all pervading. You see everywhere there is divine. Unlike Ismaili Jamaat Khana, which is confined between four walls. And the Ismailis also think that they are humanitarians. What humanity you have practiced? The person who speaks the truth, you excommunicate them. That is humanity. Ismaili style. New definition of of humanity. Then they say Aga Khan has got, with our money, Aga Khan opens hospitals. Come and talk to me. Which hospital has looked after the poor? Which school has given free education to a murid? Come and talk to me. Even if they have, it still doesn't justify. I know they haven't. Even if they do, still doesn't justify the amount of money Aga Khan receives, and Aga Khan spends it on his own luxury. That is an Ismaili. That is an Ismaili. It's almost an hour. I have spoken continuously. I hope I made sense. I have a visitor here, True Islam. Let me add him. Assalamu alaikum.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम। कैसे हैं भाई आप?
मैं ठीक हूँ, आप कैसे हैं भाई साहब?
बस अल्लाह का फजल है।
हाँ
अ,
जी, बोलिए।
मेरा सवाल आपसे ये है, आपको इनसाइट का जो पूरा नॉलेज है आपको, फिर
किसका
आप
नॉलेज है? किसका नॉलेज है?
इनसाइड इनसाइडर इनसाइडर का
इनसाइड।
आपको नॉलेज है। हाँ,
हाँ जी, हाँ जी।
तो फिर आपको इतना टाइम क्यों लगा कि आपको वहां से मालूम होना कि ये कल्ट है, पैसे के लिए कर रहे हैं ये लोग? तो इतना टाइम क्यों लिया लिया आप?
एक चीज होती है, एक चीज होती है जिसको हम बोलते हैं अकल पे पर्दा। वो मेरी अकल पे भी था, पूरी जिंदगी था। लेकिन एक वक्त आता है कि कभी कभी एक इंसान बहुत ही खुशकिस्मत होता है कि उसकी अकल पे से पर्दा उठ जाता है, और वो अल्लाह की मेहरबानी होती है। हो, काफी लोगों पे हुई है, मुझ पे भी हो गई। 55 साल की उम्र में हो गई, लेकिन हुई। मैं भी जानता हूं 10-12 साल के बच्चों को, कि जिनकी अकल पे से पर्दा उठ चुका है, और मेरी अकल पे से पर्दा 55 साल की उम्र में, उनकी उनका पर्दा बचपन में, मेरा 55 में। देखो।
जी हाँ, ये तो होता है बाज़ वक़्त कन्फ्यूज़ हो जाते हैं, स्पिरिचुअलिटी और जो है रियलिटी दोनों एक मिक्स हो जाने के बाद आदमी कन्फ्यूज़ हो जाता है क्या हो रहा है बोलकर। अब
सही बात।
बहुत सारे तो है वहाँ पर ही है, बूढ़े भी हो गए हैं, उनको भी मालूम है ट्रुथ क्या है, सो उनको भी मालूम है मगर कन्फ्यूज़ हो जाते हैं, तो उसी में रह जाते हैं वो, ऐसा भी हो सकता है, बहुत सारे लोग
या
साथ।
सही बात, सही बात। अच्छा, एक मैं मुझे गुजारिश आपसे करनी है कि आज का जो ये प्रोग्राम है ना सैयद भाई, ये
जी,
इंग्लिश का प्रोग्राम है। यहाँ जो लोग जमा हुए हैं वो उर्दू नहीं समझते हैं, तो आप प्लीज़ या फिर इंग्लिश में बात कीजिए, या फिर जो है कि सैटरडे के प्रोग्राम में आया कीजिए, कि जहाँ पर हम उर्दू बात करते हैं।
अच्छी बात सर, मैं ख़्याल
अच्छा,
रखूँगा नेक्स्ट टाइम।
अच्छा साहब, अच्छा,
अ,
अल्लाह हाफ़िज़,
अल्लाह हाफ़िज़।
अल्लाह हाफ़िज़। Okay, now we'll see if we can take any questions that we have. We will not take the comments, but we'll take questions. Let me see if I can find a question. Okay. Yes, Mohammad Khan Malak says Indo-Pak War over Bangladesh in 1970. Yes, that war was over Bangladesh. Pakistan, the West Pakistan got in trouble with the East Pakistan, and apparently India helped East Pakistan separate from West Pakistan. That was the reason for the war. Okay, so then we have any other question? I can see a question mark here. Question regarding this question here. Question regarding Asal Mein Wasal. If my soul dissolves with Aga Khan after my death, but what if Aga Khan himself? What if Aga Khan himself is going to hell? Do I still go to heaven? Oh my God! Oh my God! Good luck to you if your if your soul is dissolved with anybody apart from Allah. So yeah. I mean, these are the things nobody knows who is going to go to heaven or who is going to go to hell. It all depends on what you have done on this earth, Aga Khan or without Aga Khan. Okay. Next question. What kind of question is that, and who can answer it? You are right. Nobody can answer this question. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Then we have another question. Why Imam takes dason from money launderers and fraudsters with his eyes closed? Why doesn't he question whether? Why would he question? He is the instigator of money laundering and fraud. So why would he question? Okay, so then do we have any other question? Any other question? What kind of a car was it? Actually, if I tell you the name of the car, then the identity of that person will be revealed, and I don't want to do that. Okay, there is a question here. Ismaili leader in Aga Khan Education Service was giving lectures in various Jamaat Khanas about Aga Khan schools and its progress. He told them to support Aga Khan schools. And Ismaili asked where his kids are going, where his kids are studying. And then I don't know what you've written there. So I'm pretty sure you will say that they don't study in Aga Khan schools. But anyway, NB has a question. Why are you so scared to remind your viewers that you think all religions are fake? Okay. That is a very, very, very good question. Why am I so scared to remind your viewers that you think all religions are fake? This is a topic I am purposely avoiding at this point in time because I want to do a series on this topic: religions, cults, and spirituality. I am not prepared to say that religions itself are fake because that is not true. Religions have never been fake. Muhammad, Jesus, and prophets or divine people that we saw in our past. These people were divinely inspired, but what we know as religion today is corrupted. That is not the message that was brought. And we are going to delve deeper into that. So, people, what I'm trying to say, people created these religions that was not intended by the divine people, by the good people that came to this earth. Christianity is not what Jesus Christ intended. Islam is not what Muhammad intended. Hinduism is never been a religion. It is a mythology. But we'll talk about all these things when the time comes. Okay. But don't think I'm afraid of anything. I'm not. I'm not afraid of anybody. In fact, in fact, I have been very outspoken about people who are practicing Islam, the corrupted minds that they have, the corrupted ideology that they have. I have spoken about that so many times, and I will continue to do that. But I'm not prepared to say that religions are fake. They are not. They came for a purpose. Okay, we'll talk about that some
Uh,
other time.
Salim bhai, one question. I,
Ha bolo.
I, I, I agree with you about this corruption. It's a corruption in every religion, even Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Both have a corruption in it. Uh, this is not real Islam when Prophet Muhammad practiced religion of Islam. The intention of the Islam is not what Muslim made up to be. We have many sects and every sect claim their own truth into this, but that's not how Prophet Muhammad bring this. And I believe all religion are true, but they all of them became a corrupted time as it passed by. Their religion became a corruption. In all religion has a corruption in it.
True, true, very
Yeah.
true. Yeah, good. Okay, next. You said Jews control the entire world. Where is the evidence? Look, there's no evidence. You are right. There's no evidence. But if you see the look at the geopolitical situation closely, you will get a certain indication towards that idea. But you are right. I don't have any evidence. You are absolutely right, and I admit that I don't have any evidence. Inayat Ali, you take NASA to your grave. I don't know what this Inayat Ali is talking about, so we'll not go there. Okay, Mohabbat Khan Malak. Judaism and Islam are similar in many ways, that is monotheism. So, by the so called esoteric ways, do they mean Judaism is also Shariati and backward? Now, esotericism has got nothing to do with Sharia or monotheism or esotericism. or polytheism. Esotericism is the idea of looking at the looking at looking at something from a batini perspective rather than a physical perspective, exoteric perspective. Okay, so a monotheist can do that, a polytheist can do that, a shariati can be esoteric, a hakikati can be esoteric. Anybody can be esoteric. Yeah, and who is backward and who is not backward is really a perception. Okay, you may perceive somebody to be backward, they may perceive you to be backward. Okay, and that is what is going on since the time started. All right, so question is, Inayat Ali, can you bring Khalil here? Oh, oh my God, what are you talking about, Mr. Invisible? Khalil Andani, he will never come here. He will never come here. He knows I have invited him. I sent him an email. I said, you are a PhD. Okay, come and face my audience. Come. He will never front up. He will never front up. Because liars do not come in the front. Okay, next question. In your experience, did you come across any elderly Aga Khanis who seek the truth in their twilight? Uh, yes, there was a guy, and I happened to know him after I left the system, and his name was Akbar Ali Mehrali. He was an Aga Khani, and in the later years, I didn't know him personally. I wish I had met him, but he died when I realized the truth. But yeah, his name comes up as somebody who I know, who I've heard of. Where do you see yourself in 5 years with your opposition to Aga Khan? Actually, I have not confined myself to any number. 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. I don't think like that. I have a mission, and that mission needs to be completed. Whether it is completed in 5 days, 5 years, 10 years, I don't care. I will continue to bring the truth out until the truth prevails everywhere. That is the mission. Okay, next. A few years ago, the leaders were pushing the idea that Imam is the intercessor. Is that still the official stance? Look, this system will do everything to misguide the people. They will do everything. They are shameless people. What are they doing in the Jamaat Khana? I'm pretty sure there are many schemes which basically will try to further their agenda. Whether the intercessor thing is still happening or not, I'm pretty sure it is, because they've always been saying that Aga Khan is the go between us and Allah, and sometimes they say he's Allah himself. So yeah, I'm pretty sure they're doing that. Okay, he is on record saying Prophet may have been fake and never existed. Yes, actually, people who are don't know who is he talking about. NB is talking about me. He is saying Salim is on record saying Prophet may have been fake and never existed. I have never said he is fake, but I have said he may have not existed, and let me I stand by it. So this is an exaggeration of what I have stated in the past. What I have stated is that he may not have existed. In the same way, the Jesus Christ may not have existed. In the same way, Adam may not have existed. And the reason why I say that is I was not there. How do I know? NB, do you know Prophet existed? No, you were not there. You have heard from other people who have heard from other people who have heard from other people. Do you know something, NB? In Hinduism, at least they are honest. They call Hinduism mythology. You know what is a mythology? Something that is not real, imaginative. All the gods, mythology, stories created by people. But those stories have lessons in them. People like you will say that Muhammad was there and Muhammad said this and Jesus said this and Adam said this and Noah said this. Who told you? Other people. How do you know that they knew? You don't. Nobody knows. It is a belief. It is a belief. Today I will say something, and if it is repeated for next 50 years, people will think that really happened. That is not true. Now, if Muhammad was there, if Jesus was there, okay, let's not look at their personalities. Let's look at the mission that they had. What was the message? Let's look at that. Don't get stuck with what you don't know. I hope I make sense. Okay, Karim Khoja. No one knows where Aga Khan is, and no one in Jamaat has guts to ask where he is. Why he is hiding? I think his news of health and whereabouts will be hidden until Platinum Jubilee. That's a jackpot. Well, we don't know whether he's going to live until the Platinum Jubilee. But you are right. The news of his health will not be shared because it is embarrassing. It is embarrassing for the Ismailis to know, and it is embarrassing for everybody to know that the person who gives blessings for people's good health is not in good health himself. Mr. Invisible. How can you be a spiritual father and mother at the same time? Yes, it is a creation of a smiley mind, father and mother. Because spirit is not a father, spirit is not a mother, spirit is not a male, spirit is not a female. It is just energy, and energy is cannot be described in that way. So yeah, it is a fabrication and it is a invention. Okay. Anything else? Any questions? Okay, what about Aga Khan? Is he here to spread the message of Islam? Definitely not. It is message of Aga Khan is anti-Islam, and we have spoken about that so many times that be you cannot commit shirk and be a Muslim. NB, uh, okay. If NB, if you are going to be lying, then I will have to block you. You can tell us what you think, whether it's good for me, bad for me, against me. That's fine. But when you start lying, then I'll have to block you. I did. When did I say the Prophet did not come to spread the message of Islam? When did I say that? NB. When did I say that? I want you to come on this stream. Please click on the link, and I'll add you and speak to me. The link is right up there. Click on it on in the comments. Right, scroll right up. Click on it. If I don't get you here talking to me, I will block you. Okay. If you have guts, come out and speak. Okay. But what you guys do is behave like cowards. And this is another mindset. You have been programmed to be cowards. Come and talk to me. What is the latest from Aga Khan's downfall news these days? No, downfall news will never be publicized, as I just said. What do you think of ex-Muslim movement? That is not my topic. Salim, can you please give factual evidence, that is names and accounts of Dasan money being misappropriated by Jamaati leaders of their own benefit? No, I can't. I can't, because I have not seen them taking the money. All right. What I have said on this channel is the stories of people who have seen the wrongdoing, the financial wrongdoing in the Jamaat Khana. So I cannot give you any factual information. Yeah. This platform, this channel is for people to come here and talk about what their experiences have been. Whatever my experience was, I have given those experiences. Right. But as far as the figures are concerned, I don't have them. Yeah. All right, Karim Rahimullah again. I agree, because Adam and Eve were the first man and woman. They had two sons, Cain and Abel. Did any of the sons commit incest with Eve to continue procreation? Yeah, this is again not the topic that we're talking about. Okay, lying. Are you kidding? I don't know what he's talking about. I'm just going by the comments that are having question marks. So, okay, these are the arguments happening between different people here. Okay, all right, all right. Inayat Ali, I just noticed your Lalani ignoring all my comments. No, no, no. I'm not ignoring any comments, Inayat Ali. I am just reading the comments with the question marks. Remember, I said that? Remember, I said that? So, if you have a question, you should ask the questions. Okay. Or if you'd like to teach us, you need to come and click on the screen, the button, and tell us, what do you think? I have given you that platform. Take the advantage of it. Come and teach us the Ismaili religion the way it should be seen. But because you are a coward, you will not do it. Yeah. In any case, today we have lost the time. It's already 1 hour and 20 minutes. So, Inayat Ali, prove me wrong. I challenge you. Prove me wrong. You are not a coward. You are a very brave person, Inayat Ali. NB, very brave people. Okay? Come, talk to me. Talk to my audience. Teach us Ismaili religion. Maybe I have got it all wrong. I have got it all wrong. You have got it right. Come and teach us. Please prove me wrong. I fold your hands. Oh, sorry, fold my hands. Okay. So all you need to do is to get in touch with me, NB, and Inayatali, and tell me that for the next episode we would like to appear on your channel, just like this my friend Sayed, the True Islam, has joined us today. In the same way, you can join us and you can talk to us. Yeah. And the purpose will be, I guarantee you, nobody will put you down. Okay. As long as the purpose is to either teach or to learn. This is not about putting anybody down. Either you teach or you learn. Yeah. So I'm hoping to hear from you very soon, Inayat. And okay. All right. All right. Now Inayat Ali is talking about ismaili gnosis. Inayat Ali, you coward. I just asked you to come and talk to me because you are sitting in the background and making all these stupid remarks. And now you want me to go to ismaili gnosis. You are displaying your character in front of all my supporters, and I'm enjoying it. I don't have a problem with that if you want to display your cowardice. Anyway, that's all I have for you this Sunday, and I hope you have a great week. Please look after yourself. I'll see you next Saturday in my Urdu episode. Until then, take care. Bye bye.